Welcome to another edition of Stop, Look, and Listen. I'm LaTroy Gardner. We have a couple of special guests this week. We have Larry Holman and Kevin Holman representing the Beaufort County Black Chamber of Commerce. How you doing, fellas?
Doing fine, and you?
Doing well.
Doing great. So tell me about the Beaufort County Black Chamber of Commerce, the origin and how it was met with resistance in the beginning.
The initial founding of the Beaufort County Black Chamber of Commerce was back in 1999, and it was during the time, which still exists now, that pretty much we did not have anybody representing businesses in Beaufort. There was a lady by the name of Margaret Rush who had established chambers throughout South Carolina, and at the time she had established 14. That was in 1999. And in 1999, there was a guy by the name of Floyd Johnson who founded the Beaufort Chamber. And for 2 years he ran the chamber, but folks did not identify with him at the time, and he did not, have a location pretty much. He had a great heart. And of course, people from the South have a tendency not liking people from the North. But anyway, in 2001, oh, by the way, in 99, I was the treasurer of the initial organization. I'm sorry. And then in 2001, I took early retirement from the J.C. Penney Company. I worked there for 27 years. The organization, the Beaufort County Black Chamber of Commerce organization, needed a president at that time. And they needed somebody that they didn't have to pay. And that was me. So I took the reins in 2001, representing Black businesses in Beaufort County and surrounding areas at this time. Since then, we have grown to where we have a place of our own right now. We moved into it in 2018. But our membership base started with 11 members, really. They were on the board of the chamber. We all pitched in X number of dollars, and we had our first office in 2001. Then 2001, we grew to a membership of a little over 100 members, and we had to establish another location back in 2005, I think it was. And we moved into a building that was within walking distance to where we are now. We always were located in the Northwest Quadrant. We felt that was the place for us to be because the Northwest Quadrant was representative of a high number or percentage of Blacks at the time. That has gone down tremendously because of gentrification. At the time that our office was here back in 2001, I think it was about close to 30% Black population, or well, closer to 40, I'm sorry. Right now today, it may be about 22, 23%. And we just felt that the Black businesses needed a voice. We were not getting contracts with the county or the city of Beaufort. We were instrumental in coming up with an ordinance back in 2008, which stated that any contractor getting a contract through the county would have to make external calls to Black subcontractors or to other contractors. So we were instrumental in getting that into place, even though we wanted a certain percentage, but in the state of South Carolina, that just not gonna happen to where they're gonna put in writing a certain percentage. So with that said, we've been instrumental in getting contracts since then, even with the school district, and the school district had a goal of 20%. which they had not ever met that goal. And to this day, I don't think they met it, but we came to the table earlier this year with the school district, asking them that how we could help them meet their goal as far as getting minority contracts. It's working. We don't know where they are yet with the COVID-19. A lot of things are dropping through the cracks, but I am hearing, or I have heard from 5 different subcontractors and 1 contractor who is getting a lot of contracts with the school district. And also we have programs through HUD. We are a HUD certified agency where we teach budgeting, first-time home buyer classes, cash flow for the businesses, which is under another plan with us, with partnering with SCORE. We are also partnering with some other groups that come in, like banks come in to talk to our members about credit and how to become credit worthy, even though we have our own program with that also. So the other thing that really tipped us really getting money to our members is that in 2012, we became a USDA microlender where we could loan up to $50,000. So having access to money, we found that was a major factor that our members really did not have, was access to capital. In 2014, we began to do microloans with SBA. So now in combination, we can loan up to $100,000 to our businesses. So since 2012, we've loaned out more than $1.6 million. We have loaned out to more than 40 businesses throughout the Beaufort, Allendale, Colleton County, and some of the other counties known as the Corridor of Shame, which is part of Jasper, Allendale, Clarendon County, Bamberg County. So we became a CDFI in 2012. So now we are certified CDFI, which CDFI is a community development financial institution. And as a certified CDFI, that means that we have made more than 60% loans to African American minorities, which we have made pretty close to 95% of our loans that went to medium to low income businesses. And one of our big successes was about 3 years ago, we made a loan and we helped negotiate a price of a piece of franchise in Colleton County, where this young lady worked for 15 years and as a waitress, and she had the opportunity now to buy the franchise because the widower did not want to buy the franchise. So we negotiated the price and we helped with the financing of that franchise.
So is there a connection to the Beaufort County Chamber of Commerce or the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce, or is the Beaufort County Black Chamber of Commerce a separate entity?
We are a separate entity than the U.S. Black Chambers of Commerce. I am a board member of the U.S. Black Chambers of Commerce, and we are a member of the U.S. Black Chambers of Commerce.
Okay. So, so speak on the mission of the Beaufort County Black Chamber of Commerce. I see that the primary focus is like providing small business opportunities
and economic development.
Okay.
Yeah, and access to capital. Our thing is to we want business to be self-sufficient. We want them to be able to stand on their own and create wealth. That's what we're looking at.
So what type of loans or grants is available?
Right now, we have regular loans that are available up to $100,000, and then we have a partnership with Wells Fargo where we have loans up to $35,000 at 3% interest rate. So we have that right now. We made 3 loans at $35,000 right now, and 3% is a great interest rate. You can't go into a bank and get 3% interest rate right now for even a cash flow type business that's been around for 3 or 5 years. And we're looking at loaning money to startups also.
And I will also add that of that money that was given from Wells Fargo, we created a grant opportunity / program as well, and that's up to $50,000 in total. So it goes to a nonprofit or multiple nonprofits. I held 2 workshops for them already they had to come to at least one of them. So they can get up to $2,500 to $7,500 respectively for each event / project that they're doing.
Okay. Do you assist with writing business plans?
We do assist. We do not write them because if you write a business plan for a business, they are not going to follow the plan. Now, if you write one for yourself, you're going to check yourself on a monthly basis, quarterly basis to make sure that you're reaching the goals that you set. So yes, we help, but we do not write them.
And we also partner with SCORE, another nonprofit that can also assist in helping to write those business plans where they do not have to pay a fee. But the way we look at it is you have to have skin in the game. So when people come to me and say, hey, can you help me write a business plan? I say, well, and they're like, I have it all in my head. I'm like, that's great. You got it all up there, but now put it on paper. Mm-hmm. And so I tell them, start off, make a big circle and be as abstract as possible and just write down whatever's in your head. And then, let it sit for a day or two, then come back and start to narrow it down into something that resembles a plan. And then with that, come in and start to tell us what your plan is. And that way we can work with you within that process.
All right. So with so many businesses flatlining during this pandemic, do you provide any assistance to keep them afloat?
Yeah, this is part of the loans that we have with Wells Fargo. That is for the businesses that have been affected by the COVID-19. And also part of our loans being deferred or paid for by the SBA for up to 6 months also for the people who have borrowed and been affected or have been affected by COVID-19.
And then we also assisted in, we helped people apply for the PPP loans as well as the EIDL.
EIDL.
So both of those are COVID relief, opportunities that were out there that a lot of us just either didn't know how to apply for or had trouble doing it. So we had technical assistance here for them to come in and, we could help them fill it out.
We helped over between 25 and 30 businesses get not PPP, the EIDL, where they did not have to pay it back. They came in or we interviewed them on the phone to help them get through the paperwork. And we were successful in getting them monies during the COVID-19 time.
Okay, so one of the keys to building generational wealth in this country is through home ownership. What resources does the BCC provide for potential homeowners?
As I said, we are HUD certified, so we get them prepared for their first time home. We do not have dollars for that. However, we do recommend them going to some of the banks that may have monies for them up front that make deposits on their first time home.
But we also have the first time home buyers course, which is we have an in-house person that can that's an instructor for that teaches them budgeting, what to look for in a first-time home, and it's a plethora of things. It's on our website as well. But people that go through that course usually get their first-time home and are successful in maintaining that home.
Yeah, it's a I think it's about a 3 to a 6 week course, and it talks about different things preparing you to be a homeowner, including the step with the mortgage company. And we have bankers that come in, and we have real estate people to come in and talk about the process also. So they are not frightened at at the sign of a application being filled out at the bank.
And then also speak to the importance of like preserving our land and culture, like especially within Beaufort County, where there's tourists and people from other parts of the country that comes in and tries to purchase land. Do you provide any educational resources regarding maintaining your property as well?
Now we have we have an organization that we're familiar with that we recommend people go to, and the lady does a great job in explaining how to keep your land and heirs property. She specializes in that. We do not have anything here, so we recommend them to another organization for that.
So just speak on the membership, the benefits and how a person can apply and the criteria.
Yeah, first of all, you just have to be a small business, or you can be an individual. We have individual and we have business membership. Some of the benefits of being a member is that if you need an office space, we offer you an office space at a discount. We offer you the benefit of coming here, holding meetings at a discount, or you can do it at a no cost depending on your organization. We have also offered all the meetings that we have, or the programs that we have, is offered without a fee. And belonging to the chamber, you get to advertise your business in our business guide that we have. We have a business guide that lists you in the business guide along with your business. That's absolutely free. And we list you on the website. And also we do referrals. If somebody calls in, we look at our membership list and we make a referral. We make a referral from that list before we make any other referral.
So Kevin, I know you was residing here in the Raleigh-Durham area as well, where I currently reside. So as success stories that leave home, there's always this tug of war that takes place between following your path and being a presence in our village. What led you to returning home?
Oh, wow, that's a story. I knew I needed to. So I'm in the Government School for the Arts from Battery Creek. So I graduated from there, and it introduced me to a bigger world than just Beaufort. As we all know, when you grow up in Beaufort, it's pretty much the water and islands, and that's about it. You have to travel 45 minutes to do anything else. So I knew I needed to, broaden my horizons. And then also, my father, Larry Holman, he worked at JCPenney's for years. I think over, 11 years? 10 years?
27 years.
Oh, wait,
25 years here.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so I wanted to have a career and to learn and to be on my own. So literally, I worked at the National Geographic Learning for 12 years in Raleigh, North Carolina. started off as WebAssign, so I got to learn it in and out. Started from the bottom and worked my way up to managing high school. Bought my first house 12 years ago. And, you know, I stayed there for 12 years, which you don't really see that anymore. And so that was a really big part of my life, but I kept being tugged or pulled back to Beaufort. I kept seeing stories of our youth getting in trouble on the streets because they closed down the gym, one of the gyms that I grew up in and played basketball in. And it left a void where young minorities and Black children like myself, you know, had no outlet. So they were getting in trouble. And also knowing that there's tons of talent in Beaufort, tons. And to come back here and be able to show that and help that and create programs to boost that, as well as getting back to the water. The water calms me down. I love the water. So that was my main pull back here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm personally at least looking at property back home. Not to say that I'm going to move back home. I'm still going to keep my house here, but I would like to buy a home in Beaufort just to have either for Airbnb or whenever I'm in town to have a place to stay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But
I
you
will
speaking.
say.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Kevin.
No, I was going to say the one thing that we didn't touch on was, so the Beaufort County Black Chamber of Commerce started on the other side of the street in a very small building. It now is in a 3-story building that allows for space on the 3rd floor for other businesses to rent those offices out. Space on the 2nd floor where our commercial kitchen is, where we actually have culinary classes where people who wanted to change their vocations, they could come here and take that course. And then people can rent out the space. And then the space you're in now is our meeting room. And then on the 1st floor, which is very unique, we have our Gullah Jazz Cafe, as well as our Gullah Art Gallery. So I just wanted to put that out there as well, because I think that's a major thing here in bringing up, you know, generational wealth in the Black community and being able to show and see that and allow people to be able, you know, a lot of people come here and like, where's the Beaufort County Black Chamber of Commerce? And I'm like, it's the entire building. And they're like, really? I'm like, yes, it's the entire building. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, and the building is 15,000 square feet, you know.
Nice.
And like you said, you got your art gallery and your cafe on the main floor. So this will be a destination. And I forgot to mention that we do have a tourism program where we advertise to bring people of African Americans back to Beaufort to visit and support our businesses. Okay. So we do have that component also that I did not mention.
Yeah, because I was going to ask if me being a resident in North Carolina, but being from Beaufort, whether I could become a member anyway, or is it limited to just people of the local Beaufort community?
No, we don't limit our membership. You can be a member in North Carolina as well as New York. As a matter of fact, we have a couple of members that are located in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did want to return to something that you mentioned early on in the interview, and that's related to the relationship you have with the local school system. Could you delve a little deeper into that?
No deeper than I did. As far as getting businesses or subcontractors to get business with them. That's about all the relationship that we have with the school district. That's it.
I mean,
contracts is about money.
Yes, that's a major focus. But as moving back here, like I said, I do want to start a relationship with the school district, especially Battery Creek, Beaufort High, especially when it comes to their artists, and the fact that we have an art gallery. And I would like to try to have a program that will couple reality with theory, whereas in high school, they don't get a lot of space or time to be able to talk and actually show their artwork in like a show or something of that nature. And that is something that is near and dear to my heart. So I'm hoping get a relationship to where, we may be able to work in that capacity, even on an internship basis or level or anything like that, as well as the Jazz Cafe. With COVID coming and everything, things have been distanced quite a bit. So, one of our opportunities there would be for musicians to be able to come and be able to play in front of an audience and get used to that kind of atmosphere before entering college. And I will say that we do have a meeting with, we are forming a relationship with USCB in the fact that they invited us for their career day or fair where we get to talk about internships and starting your business and things of that nature. So we are building those relationships out as we speak.
Okay. Yeah, because that was something that I was going to touch on is like whether there would be opportunities for mentorships, scholarships, or like a youth entrepreneurial grant, or just like parks and recreational development. Just a few ideas that was in my head.
Yeah, I'm very into, I just got a grant where I can supply a paid internship for a college student who I'm writing up the program now, but I just secured the funding, and he's a photography major. So he'll be able to couple business with photography and also help us in the gallery as well as the BCBCC all around, and also get credit in school and still get paid for it as well.
Okay. And then there was something else that I was sort of pondering in my head, and it was dating back to when we were in school, and I'm not sure if it's still the case now, but how they separated like the career paths for everyone, where if you was planning on going to college, you had a college prep curriculum, but if you wanted to kind of like work straight out of school, you went to ACE. But I feel like in order to really develop our communities, I think even the college prep students should be able to learn a trade. That way, when you finish school, you have the skills to run a business and the education. So what's your thoughts on that?
I agree with you. I came in the same area. I was in the pre-IB program or IB program. So all my classes were on the top floor, and that was it. I wanted to take, I wanted to do home ec, and I wanted to do engineer, or, some of the other things that they wouldn't allow me to. I think there needs to be a more focus on trades now more than ever, because not everybody wants to go to college, in all honesty. And I think a lot of people got led down a path that says going to college means you're going to make $1 billion, and being an electrician, you're not going to make a lot of money, even though you can make a lot of money, but you have to learn the trade and then also learn the business side of it so that you can actually eventually maybe own that trade or own that company. It's just a shift in mind frame. And we've talked to like some of the Rotary clubs here, and a few of them have that mind frame, and trying to get their members together and look and see what kind of trades they have amongst them, and that they could kind of mentor or bring up apprenticeships into that. So I think there needs to be more of a shift in trade and actually boosting the trade school up. And like you said, coupling, if they want to do both, they should be able to.
Now, back in the day, we had both. Okay. So with that said, you could have your curriculum and you had hours set aside to where you could, if you want to learn about building a house, auto mechanics, economics, we just go, anyway, back in the day, we were taught those simultaneously. You didn't have to say, I wanted this route or go this. You could do a combination. I think we need to get back to that. It is becoming too expensive to go to college now. I'm not advocating that you don't go to college or university, but I am advocating that you go to a 2-year school, technical college, to get your degree there, then go on to college if you want to go to college and then get a degree. But I really think that you need to have a different skill. Plumbers make a whole bunch of money. Electricians make a whole bunch of money, and it's not as stressful. I think we are being miseducated about being educated, and we need to go back to the skills. Because right now it's hard for us. It's hard for us to find a good HVAC person. It's hard for us to find a roofer. We have got to get back to that. I should be able to pick the phone up and call Joe or my a friend that's known, and he looked like me, and he can fix my roof, my plumbing, or whatever. We got to get back to that. We just have to.
All right. So, like speaking of some immediate concerns, we have the election coming up. Uh, is the BCBCC involved in like any voter registration or on election day voter turnout?
Well, we don't take a political stance now, but we are involved in pushing people to vote. So I do have voter registration. I think it's them. Yeah, I have them coming, I think this Sunday, because we have Sunday brunch, which usually brings a pretty good crowd. So I'm going to have them set up a table in the breezeway for anyone that wants to register to vote or anything of that nature. So that's about the extent of what we do as far as my side goes. Now, I also share any candidate that I see. I don't take a stance, but I will share each and every candidate that I see pass through social media, because I feel like everyone should be educated on each candidate that is represented. And so if I see, like I said, any candidate, I will share onto at least my page. And if it's about, a meeting or something where people can ask questions, then I'll usually share it to the BCBCC page so that the people that go to that page can see where they can go and talk to some of these candidates.
Yeah, and like Kevin said, we're not a political organization, but yeah, we can get out and help get people registered to vote. And us being particular in the city, there are big challenges in the city of Beaufort, and meaning we haven't had anybody African American on the city council in 27 years. That's uncalled for. They have an at-large system here that does not serve all the people of Beaufort. And at-large system, I call it apartheid. You vote for two people each year, and it's very, very difficult for a person of color to win a seat on the city council. We have district representation in the county. We have district representation on Hilton Head. We have district representation in Bluffton, but we don't have district representation in the city of Beaufort. And I feel that it's purposely done, and it needs to be changed. But it's going to take people who live in the city to come together and make this change, because there are some black and white that feel they're not being represented. If I need to call on somebody that is something particular wrong in my neighborhood, I should be able to pick up the phone or go to a certain person. But an at-large system, you can't. You really can't do that. And the direction of the city seems to be not the whole or the holistic approach to serving the people of Beaufort. It seems to be centered to downtown, pretty much, and we are in the downtown area. However, I'm talking about like downtown, or uptown, downtown.
Right.
But we do have that challenge that we need to overcome somehow.
Okay. All right. So the floor is open. Any closing remarks, plugging, the website or, wherever you are on social media? Floor is open.
Well, our website is bcbcc.org. you can actually join there as well. There is a join button, and you can also see the list of benefits, the mission, and as well as the Gullah Jazz Cafe and the art gallery. As far as social media, we are on Facebook and Instagram. I can't.
Twitter.
we 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 are on Twitter, but on Facebook you can easily find us. Look up the Beaufort County Black Chamber of Commerce, and then we have a separate page for the Gullah Jazz Cafe and a separate page for the art gallery. So we have a lot of things going on. So yes, constantly check in. Also, you can call. We are here as well.
Yeah, and the thing that we're lacking with the chamber now and in the city of Beaufort and most municipalities is affordable housing. We are looking into getting into affordable housing in a bad way. I mean, in a good way, but bad. We have got to get into building affordable housing and workforce housing for our people here, and mainly in the city. And we need to bring folk back to the city, but we have to have affordable housing for them. So we are looking into getting into affordable housing. We were looking at the first quarter of the year building 2 affordable houses, then going to 3 to 4 per quarter. If we could get the funding in place, we have the program to get people ready for that for a house. So we just need to get for affordable housing for folk.
Okay. And to other communities looking for a hub to financially empower and educate our people, like any tips on that?
As far as I missed something there, but
Well, I'm saying any other communities, say like Fayetteville, North Carolina, wants to start like a Black Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, I got you. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they need to just check in with us. We're more than happy to help anybody start a chamber, but we need to let people know starting a chamber is like a business. Mm-hmm. It takes 3 to 5 years to build it, and you can't look at it for making money. It is not about making money. I want to stress that. It is not about making money. I went without a salary for 5 or 6 years. And it's just not about, it's about helping people. You got to want to help people. You got to love our people when they love themselves sometimes. It's all about helping people.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
and everything we do connected with is financial literacy. We need financial literacy. We have not had the opportunity to talk about that at the table with our parents. We've learned by hitting and missing. Most of us went to college with no understanding about credit. And the first thing they were doing was giving us a credit card. So financial literacy is our number one, and that's our goal. That's everything that we deal with is financial literacy.
Well, Larry and Kevin Holman, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for being a presence in the community. Like I said, empowering and educating our people on financial literacy and small businesses and home ownership. Continue to be that presence, and I will continue to be a platform for you whenever you need me in the future.
Okay. Good enough.
Thank you.
Hey, looking forward to meeting you when you come back to Beaufort also, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I should be home again before the end of the year, hopefully.
And we may be able to help you start that Airbnb.
That is true.
That would be an asset. That's something, like I said, I'm seriously looking into.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So for Stop, Look, and Listen, this is LaTroy Gardner. See you next week.
Thank you for checking us out on YouTube, and be sure to subscribe for more great content. And don't forget to check out our website at gobradionetwork.com.